Greetings, one and all. Russell Raphael back again. Another instalment from North London Ulysses. This is a reading video, and we begin what might be considered the second half of the book. If you think of Wandering Rocks as a bit of an interval, an entr'acte type episode, might be a case to be made for that. I don't know, but this is Sirens. And we're going to, it's a reading video. There'll be a separate analysis video regarding this, but I'm going to read. So if you're in the Gifford, it's page 210. If you're in the Penguin, page 328. If you're project Gutenberging, then you need to search for the words bronze by gold heard the hoof irons. So that will get you to where we are. So let's get going. Bronze by gold heard the hoof irons steely rhyming. Impertinent synonym. Chips, picking chips off rocky thumbnail. Chips, horrid, and gold flushed more. A husky fife note blew. Blue, blue bloom is on the gold pinnacled hair. A jumping rose on satiny breasts of satin, rose of Castile. Trilling, trilling, adulterous. Peep, who's in the peep of gold? Tink cried to bronze in pity. And a call pure, long and throbbing, long in dying call. Decoy, soft word, but look, the bright stars fade. Oh, rose, notes, chirruping answer, Castile. The morn is breaking. Jingle, jingle, jaunted jingling. Coin rang, coin, clock clacked. A vowel, sonne, I could. Rebound of garter, not leave thee. Smack, la cloche. Thick thigh smack. A vowel, warm sweetheart, goodbye. Jingle, bloom, crashing chords. When love absorbs, war, war, the tympanum. A sail, a veil, a wave upon the waves, lost. Throstle fluted, all is lost now. Horn, horn. When first he saw, alas, full tuck, full throb, warbling, alluring. Martha, come. Clap, clop, clip, clap, clappy, clap. Good God, Henev ever hurt in all deaf, bald packed, brought pad knife took up. A moonlight night called far, far. I feel so sad. P.S. So lonely, blooming. Listen. The spiked and winding cold sea horn. Have you the each for other plash and silent roar? Pearls, when she lists rhapsodies, hiss. You don't? Did not, no, believe. With a cock, with a cara, black, deep sounding. Do, Ben, do. Wait while you wait, he, wait while you he, but wait. Low in dark middle earth embedded ore. Naminy daminy, all gone, all fallen, tiny, her tremulous fern foils of maiden hair. Amen, he gnashed in fury. Fro to fro, a baton call protruding. Bronze Lydia by minor gold, by bronze by gold, in ocean green of shadow. Bloom, old bloom. One rapped, one tapped with a cara, with a cock. Pray for him, pray, good people, his gouty fingers knackering. Big Ben, Ben, Big Ben. Last rose, Castile of summer, left bloom. I feel so sad, alone. We, little wind, piped we. True men, lid, cur, cow, debt and dog. I, like you men, will lift your chick and chook with chop. Ooh. Where bronze from a near, where gold from afar, where hoofs? Then, not till then, my epitaph be done. Begin. Bronze by gold, Miss Douce's head, by Miss Kennedy's head, over the cross-blind of the Ormond bar, heard the viceregal hoofs go by, ringing steel. Is that her? asked Miss Kennedy. Miss Douce said yes, sitting with his ex, Pearl Grey, and Eau de Nil. Exquisite contrast, Miss Kennedy said. When all agog, Miss Douce said eagerly, "Oh, look at the feller in the tall silk." "Who? Where?" Gold asked more eagerly. "In the second carriage," Miss Douce's wet lips said, laughing in the sun. "He's looking. Mind till I see." She darted, bronze, to the backmost corner, flattening her face against the pane in the halo of hurried breath. Her wet lips tittered. "You killed looking back." She laughed. "Oh, wept. Aren't men frightful idiots?" with sadness. Miss Kennedy sauntered sadly from bright light, twining a loose hair behind an ear. Sauntering sadly, gold no more, she twined a hair. Sadly, she twined in sauntering gold hair behind a curving ear. "It's them has to find time sadly, then," she said. A man. Blue went by Moulang's pipes, bearing in his breasts the sweets of sin, by wines antiques in memory, bearing sweet sinful words, by Carol's dusky battered plate for Raoul. The boots to them in the bar, them barmaids came. For them, unheeding him, he banged on the counter his tray of chattering china, and "There's your teas," he said. Miss Kennedy, with manners, transposed the tea tray down to an upturned Livia crate, safe from eyes, low. "What is it?" Loud Boots unmannily asked. "Find out," Miss Douce retorted, leaving her spine point. "Your beau, is it?" a haughty bronze replied. "I'll complain to Mrs. Demassy on you if I hear any more of your impertinent insolence. Impertinent Boots' snout sniffed rudely as he retreated as she threatened as she had come. Bloom. On her flower frowning, Miss Douce said, "Most aggravating that young brat is. If he doesn't conduct himself, I'll wring his ear for him a yard long." Ladylike in exquisite contrast. "Take no notice," Miss Kennedy rejoined. She poured in a teacup tea, then back in the teapot tea. They cowered under their reef of counter, waiting on footstools, crates upturned, waiting for their teas to draw. They poured their blouses, both of black satin, 2 and 9 a yard, waiting for their teas to draw, and 2 and 7. Yes, bronze from anear, by gold from afar, heard steel from anear, hooves ring from afar, and heard steel hoofs ring hoof rings steel. "Am I awfully sunburnt?" Miss Bronze unbloused her neck. "No," said Miss Kennedy. "It gets brown after. Did you try the borax with the cherry laurel water?" Miss Douce half stood to see her skin askance in the bar mirror, gilded lettered, where hock and claret glasses shimmered, and in their midst a shell. "And leave it to me hands," she said. "Try it with glycerine," Miss Kennedy advised. Bidding her neck and hands adieu, Miss Douce, "Those things only bring out a rash," replied, reseated. "I asked that old fogey in Boyd's for something for me skin." Miss Kennedy, pouring now full-drawn tea, grimaced and prayed. "Oh, don't remind me of him for mercy's sake." "But wait till I tell you," Miss Douce entreated. Sweet tea, Miss Kennedy, having poured with milk, plugged 2 ears with little fingers. "Oh, don't!" she cried. "I won't listen," she cried, but Bloom. Miss Douce grunted in snuffy fogey's tone. "For you what?" says she. Miss Kennedy unplugged her ears to hear, to speak, but prayed again. "Oh, don't let me think of him, or I'll expire. The hideous old wretch, that night in the ancient concert rooms." She sipped distastefully her brew, hot tea a sip, sipped sweet tea. "Here he was," Miss Douce said, cocking her bronze head 3/4, ruffling her nose wings. Shrill shriek of laughter sprang from Miss Kennedy's throat. Miss Douce huffed and snorted down her nostrils that quivered, impertinent, like a shout in quest. Oh! Shrieking, Miss Kennedy cried, "Will you forget his gargoyle?" Miss Douce chimed in deep bronze laughter, shouting, "And your other eye!" Blue whose dark eye read Aaron Finganton's name. Why do I always think Figather? Gathering figs, I think. And Prosper's Laura's Huguenot's name. By Bass's Blessed Virgin's Bloom's dark eyes went by. Blue-robed, white under, come to me. God they believe she is, or goddess. Those today I could not see. That fella spoke, a student. After, with Daedalus' son. He might be Mulligan. Oh, comely virgins. That brings those rakes of fellas in, her white. He went his eyes, the sweets of sin. Sweet are the sweets of sin. In a giggling peal, young gold bronze voices blended. Douce with Kennedy, your utter eye. They threw young heads back, bronze giggle gold, to let free fly their laughter, screaming, your other, signals to each other, high piercing notes. Ah, panting, sighing, ah, for done, their mirth died down. Miss Kennedy lipped her cup again, raised, drank a sip and giggled. Miss Douce, bending again over the tea tray, ruffled her nose and rolled droll fattened eyes. Again Kenny giggles, stooping her fair pinnacles of hair, stooping her tortoise nape comb, showed, spluttered out of her mouth her tea, choking in tea and laughter, coughing with choking, crying, oh, greasy eyes. Imagine being married to a man like that, she cried, with his bit of beard. Douce gave full vent to a splendid yell, a full yell of full woman delight, joy, indignation. Oh, it's a greasy nose, she yelled, shrill with deep laughter. After bronze in gold, they urged each other to peal after peal, ringing in changes, bronze, gold, bronze, trill deep, to laughter after laughter, and then laugh more. Greasy, I know. Exhausted, breathless, their shaking heads they laid, braided and pinnacled, Blygossy combed against the counterledge, all flushed, panting, sweating, all breathless. Married to Bloom, the greasy sea Bloom. Oh, saints above, Miss Douce said, sighed above her jumping rose. I wished I hadn't laughed so much. I feel all wet. Oh, Miss Douce, Kennedy protested. Oh, you horrid thing. And flushed yet more. Oh, you horrid, more goldenly. By Cantwell's offices roved greasy Bloom, by Cheppy's virgins bright of their oils. Nanette's father hawked those things about, wheedling at doors as I. Religion pays. Must see him about Keyes's par. Eat first. I want. Not yet. At 4, she said. Time ever passing. Clock hands turning. On. Where eat? The Clarence. Dauphin. On. For Raoul. Eat. If I had 5 guineas with those ads, the violet silk petticoats. Not yet. Sweets of sin. Flushed less, still less, goldenly paled. Into their bar strolled Mr. Daedalus, picking chips off one of his rocky thumbnails. Chips he strolled. Oh, welcome back, Miss Douce. He held her hand. Enjoyed her holidays? I tipped her. He hoped she had nice weather in Rostrevor. Gorgeous, she said. Look at the holy show I am, laying out on the strand all day. Bronze whiteness. That was exceedingly naughty of you, Mr. Daedalus told her and pressed her hand indulgently. Tempting poor simple males. Miss Douce of Satin deuced her arm away. Oh, go away, she said. You're very simple, I don't think. He was. Well, now I am, he mused. I looked so simple in the cradle they christened me Simple Simon. Oh, you must have been a doty, Miss Douce made answer. And what did the doctor order today? Well, now, he mused. Whatever you say yourself, I think I'll trouble you for some fresh water and a half a glass of whisky. Jingle. With the greatest alacrity, Miss Douce agreed. With grace of alacrity, towards the mirror-gilt Cantrell and Cochrane's, she turned herself. With grace she tapped a measure of gold whisky from her crystal keg. Forth from the skirt of his coat Mr. Dedalus brought pouch and pipe. Alacrity she served. He blew through the flue 2 husky fife notes. By Jove, he mused. I often wanted to see the Mourne Mountains. Must be a great tonic in the air down there. But along threatening comes at last, they say. Yes, yes. Yes, he fingered shreds of hair, her maiden hair, her mermaids into the bowl. Chips shreds, musing, mute. None, not said, nothing. Yes. Gaily Miss Douce polished a tumbler, trilling. Oh, adulterous, queen of the eastern seas. Was Mr. Lidwell in today? In came Lenehan. Round him peered Lenehan. Mr. Bloom reached Essex Bridge. Yes, Mr. Bloom crossed Bridge of Essex. To matter I must write, boy paper. Dailies, girl there Sybil, Bloom, old Bloom, Blue Bloom is on the rye. He was in at lunchtime, Miss Douce said. Lenehan came forward. Was Mr. Boylan looking for me? He asked. She answered. Miss Kennedy, was Mr. Boylan in while I was upstairs? She asked. Miss Voice of Kennedy answered a second, teacup poised, her gaze upon a page. No, he was not. Miss Gaze of Kennedy heard not seen read on. Lenehan, round the sandwich bell, wound his round body round. Peep, who's in the corner? No glance of Kennedy rewarding him, he yet made overtures to mind her stops, to read only the black ones, round O and crooked S. Jingle, jaunty jingle. Girl Gold she read and did not glance, take no notice. She took no notice while he read by rote a sulphur fable for her, plappering flatly. Fox met a stork, said the fox to the stork, will you put your bill down in my throat and pull up a bone? He droned in vain. Miss Douce turned to her tea aside. He sighed aside. Ah me, oh my. He greeted Mr. Dedalus and got a nod. Greetings from a famous son of a famous father. Who may he be? Mr. Dedalus asked. Lenehan opened most genial arms. Who? Who may he be? He asked. Can you ask? Stephen, a youthful bard. Dry. Mr. Dedalus, famous fighter, laid by his dry-filled pipe. I see, he said. I didn't recognise him for the moment. I hear he's keeping very select company. Have you seen him lately? He had. I quaffed the nectar bowl with him this very day, said Lenehan. I moon his envie, and I moon his somewhere. He had received the rhino for the labour of his muse. He smiled at Bronze's tea-bathed lips, at listening lips and eyes. The elite of Erin hung upon his lips. The ponderous pundit Hugh McHugh, Dublin's most brilliant scribe and editor, and that minstrel boy of the wild west who is known by the euphonious appellation of the O'Madden Burke. After an interval, Mr. Dedalus raised his grog, and that must have been highly diverting, said he. I see. He drank. With far-away morning mountain eye, set down his glass. He looked towards the saloon door. I see you've moved the piano. The tune I was in today, Miss Douce replied, tuning it for the smoking concert, and I never heard such an exquisite player. Is that a fact? Didn't he, Miss Kennedy? The real classical, you know. And blind too, poor fella, and not 20, I'm sure he was. Is that a fact? Mr. Dedalus said. He drank and strayed away. So sad to look at his face, Miss Douce condoled. God's curse, ambitious bastard. Tink to her pity, cried a diner's bell. To the door of the dining room came bald Pat, came bothered Pat, came Pat, waiter of Ormond. Lager for diner, lager without alacrity, she served. With patience Lenehan waited for Boylan, with impatience for Jingle Jaunty Blazes boy. Upholding the lid, he, who, gazed in the coffin, at the oblique triple piano wires. He pressed, the same who pressed indulgently her hand, soft pedalling a triple of keys, to see the thicknesses of felt advancing, to hear the muffled Hamel fall in action. 2 sheets cream vellum paper, 1 reserve, 2 examples when I was in Wisdom Healy's, Wise Bloom in Daly's, Henry Flower bought. Are you not happy in your home? Flower to console me, and a pin cuts means something. Language of was it a daisy? Innocence, that is. Respectable girl, meet after mass. Oh, thanks awfully munchly. Wise Bloom eyed on the door a poster, a swaying mermaid smoking mid nice waves. Smoke mermaids, coolest whiff of all. Hair streaming lovelorn. For some man, for Raoul. He eyed and saw afar on Essex Bridge a gay hat riding on a jaunting car. 'Tis 3rd time. Coincidence. Jingling on supple rubbers, it jaunted from the bridge to Ormond Quay. Follow. Risk it. Go quick. At 4. Near now. Out. 2pence, sir? The shop girl dared to say. I was forgetting. Excuse. And 4. At 4, she, winsomely, she, on Blue him whom smiled. Blue, smile quick, turn think you the only pebble on the beach, does that to all. For men. In drowsy silence, gold bent on her page. From the saloon a call came, long in dying. That was a tuna fork. The tuna had that he forgot, that he now struck. A call again, that he now poised, that it now throbbed. You hear? It throbbed purer, softly and softlier its buzzing prongs, longer in dying call. Paid for diner's pop-cork bottle, and over tumbler, tray and pop-cork bottle ere he went, he whispered, bald and bothered with Miss Douce. The bright stars fade. A voiceless song sang from within, singing, The morn is breaking. A duodene of bird notes chirruped bright treble answer under sensitive hands. Brightly the keys, all twinkling, linked, all harpsichording, called to a voice to sing the strain of dewy morn, of youth, of love's leave-taking, life's love morn. The dewdrops pearl. Lenehan's lips over the counter lisped a low whistle of decoy. But look this way, he said. Robes of Castile. Jingle jaunted by the curb and stopped. She rose and closed her reading, Rose of Castile. Fretted, forlorn, dreamily rose. Did she fall or was she pushed? He asked her. She answered slightly. Ask no questions and you hear no lies. Like lady, like. Blazes Boylan's smart tan shoes creaked on the bar floor where he strode. Yes, gold from anear by bronze from afar. Lenehan heard and knew and hailed him. See, the conquering hero comes. Between the car and window, warily walking, went Bloom, unconquered hero. See me, he might. The seat he sat on, warm, black, wary, he cat walked towards Richie Goulding's legal bag, lifted along saluting. "And I from thee." "I heard you were around," it said Blazes Boylan. He touched to fair Miss Kennedy a rim of his slanted straw. She smiled on him, but Sister Bronze outsmiled her, preening for him her richer hair, a bosom, and a rose. Boylan bespoke potions. "What's a cry? Glass of bitter?" "Glass of bitter, please, and a slow gin for me. Wiring yet?" "Not yet. At 4 he all said 4. Cowley's red lugs and Adam's apple in the door of the sheriff's office. Avoid. Goulding a chance. What is he doing in the Ormond? Car waiting. Wait. Hello? Where off to? Something to eat? I too was just in here. What? Ormond? Oh, best value in Dublin. Is that so? Dining room. Sit tight there. See, not be seen. I think I'll join you. Come on. Richie led on. Bloom followed bag. Dinner fit for a prince. Miss Douce reached high to take a flagon, stretching her satin arm, her bust that all but burst, so high. Oh, jerked Lenihan, gasping at each stretch. Oh! But easily she seized her prey and laid it low in triumph. "Why don't you grow?" asked Blazes Boylan. She-bronze, dealing from her jar thick syrupy liquor for his lips, looked as it flowed. Flour in his coat, who gave him? And syrupped with her voice. "Fine goods in small parcels." That is to say, she. Neatly she poured slow syrupy slow. "Here's fortune," Blazes said. He pitched a broad coin down, coin rang. "Hold on," said Lennon, "till I—" "Fortune," he wished, lifting his bubbled ale. "Sceptre will win in a canter," he said. "I plunged a bit," said Boylan, winking and drinking. "Not on my own, you know. Fancy of a friend of mine." Lenihan still drank and grinned at his tilted ale and at Miss Douce's lips that all but hummed, not shut, the ocean's song her lips had trilled. "High Dolores, the eastern seas." Clock whirred. Miss Kennedy passed her way. "Flower, wonder who gave," bearing away tea tray. Clock clacked. Miss Douce took Boylan's coin, struck boldly the cash register. It clanged, clocked, clacked. Fair one of Egypt, teased and sorted in the till and hummed and handed coins in change. "Look to the west," a clack, "for me." "What time is that?" asked Blazes Boylan. "4." "Oh, clock." Lenihan, small eyes a hunger on her humming, burst a humming, tugged Blazes Boylan's elbow sleeve. "Let's hear the time," he said. The bag of Goulding Collis walled led Bloom by rye bloom flowered tables. Aimless he chose with agitated aim, bald Pat attending a table near the door. "Been here at 4. Has he forgotten? Or perhaps a trick. Not come. Whet appetite. I couldn't do. Wait. Pat, waiter, waited. Sparkling bronze, azure-eyed blazers, sky blue bow and eyes. "Go on," pressed Lennon. "There's no one." He never heard. "To Flora's lips did he—" A high note pealed in the treble clear. Bronze Douce, communing with her rose that sank and rose, salt Blazes Boylan's flower and eyes. "Please, please." He pleaded over returning phrases of a vow. "I could not leave thee." "Afterwards," Miss Douce promised coyly. "No, now," urged Lenihan. "Sonny la cloche. Oh, do, there's no one." She looked, quick. Miss Kent out of earshot, sudden bent Two kindling faces watched her bend. Quavering the chords strayed from the air, found it again, lost chord and lost and found it faltering. Go on, do, sonny. Bending, she nipped a peak of skirt above her knee. Delayed, haunted them still, bending, suspending with wilful eyes. Sonny. Smack! She let free suddenly, rebound her nipped elastic garter, smack warm against her smackable woman's warm hosed thigh. La cloche, said gleeful Lenehan. Trade by owner, no sawdust there. She smiled, smirked, supercilious, wept men, but lightward gliding, mild she smiled on Boylan. Oh, you're the essence of vulgarity, she said in gliding said. Boylan eyed. Tossed to fat lips his chalice, drank off his tiny chalice, sucking the last fat, violet syrupy drops. His spellbound eyes went after her gliding head as it went down the bar by mirrors, gilded arch for ginger ale, hock and claret glasses shimmering, a spiky shell where it concerted, mirrored bronze with sunnier bronze. Yes, bronze from a nearby. Sweetheart, goodbye. I'm off, said Boylan with impatience. He slid his chalice brisk away, grasped his change. I'll wait to shake, begged Lenehan, drinking quickly. I wanted to tell you, Tom Rochford. Come on to Blazes, said Blazes Boylan, going. Lenehan gulped to go. Got the horn or what? He said. Wait, I'm coming. He followed the hasty creaking shoes, but stood by nimbly by the threshold, saluting forms, a bulky with a slender. Oh, how do you do, Mr. Dollard? Hey, how do? Oh, how do? Ben Dollard's vague bass unanswered, turning an instant from Father Cowley's woe. He won't give you trouble, Bob. How Bergen will speak to the long fella. We'll put a barley straw in that Judas Iscariot's ear this time. Sighing, Mr. Dedalus came through the saloon, a finger soothing an eyelid. Oh, we will, Ben Dollard yelled jollily. Come on, Simon, give us a ditty. We heard the piano. Bald Pat, bothered waiter, waited for drink orders. Power for Richie and Bloom. Let me see, not make him walk twice. His corns torn now. Oh, how warm this black is. Coarse nerves a bit. Retracts, is it? Heat. Let me see. A cider. Yes, a bottle of cider. What's that? Mr. Dedler said. I was only vamping, man. Oh, come on, Ben Dollar called. Begone, dull care. Come, Bob. He ambled Dollard, bulky slops before them. Hold that fella with the, hold him now, into the saloon. He plumped him Dollard on the stool, his gouty bores plumped cords, plumped, stropped, abrupt. Bald Pat in the doorway met Tealess Gold returning. Bothered he wanted powder and cider, bronze by the window, watch bronze from afar. Jingle a tinkle, jaunted. Bloom heard a jing, a little sound. He's off. Light sob of breath, Bloom sighed on the silent, blue-hued flowers, jingling. He's gone. Jingle, here. Love and war, Ben, Mr. Dedler said. God be with old times. Miss Douce's brave eyes, unregarded, turned from the cross-blind, smitten by sunlight. Gone. Pensive. Who knows? Smitten. The smiting light. She lowered the drop blind with a sliding cord. She drew down pensive. Why did he go so quick when I... About her bronze, over the bar where Bald stood by Sister Gold. In exquisite contrast, inexquisite, non-exquisite, slow, cool, dim, sea green, sliding depth of shadow, ode and nil. Ah, poor old Goodwin was the pianist last night, Father Cowley reminded them. There was a slight difference of opinion between himself and the Collard Grand. There was. A symposium all his own, Mr. Dedler said. The devil wouldn't stop him. He was a crotchety old feller in the primary stage of drink. How do you remember, Ben? Bulky Dollard said, turning from the punished keyboard. And by japers, he had no wedding garment. They laughed, all three. He had all trio laughed. No wedding garment. Our friend Bloom turned in handy that night, Mr. Dedler said. Where's my pipe, by the way? He wandered back to the bar, to the lost-called pipe. Old Pat carried two diners' drinks, Richie and Poldy, and Father Cowley laughed again. I saved the situation, Ben, I think. You did, averred Ben Dollard. I remember those tight trousers too. That was a brilliant idea, Bob. Father Cowley blushed to his brilliantly purply lobes. He saved the situation. Tight trout. Brilliant. I knew he was on the rocks, he said. The wife was playing the piano in the Coffee Palace on Saturdays for a very trifling consideration. And who was it that gave me the wheeze? She was doing the other business. Do you remember? We had to search all Hollis Street to find him till that chap in kiosk gave us the number. Remember? Ben remembered, his broad visage wandering. By God, she had some luxurious opera cloaks and things there. Mr. Dedalus wandered back, pipe in hand. Merrion Square style, ball dresses begod, and court dresses. You wouldn't take any money either, what? Any God's quantity of cocked hats and boleros and drunk elves is what? Aye, aye, Mr. Dedalus nodded. Mrs. Marion Bloom has left off clothes of all descriptions. Jingle haunted down the quays. Blazes sprawled on bounding tyres. Liver and bacon, steak and kidney pie. Right, sir, right, Pat. Mrs. Marion met him, Picosis, smell a burn, paw de cock, nice name he. What's this her name was? A buxom lassie, Marion. Tweedy? Yes, is she alive? And kicking. She was daughter of the regiment. Yes, begad, remember the old drum major. Mr. Dedalus struck, whizzed, lit, puffed, savoury puff after. Irish? Don't know, Faith. She Simon. Puff after stiff for puff, strong, savoury, crackling. Bucking it from Mossel as well. What? A bit rusty. Oh, she is. Me Irish Molly, oh. He puffed a pungent, plumy blast. From the Rock of Gibraltar, all the way. They pined in depth of ocean shadow, gold by the beer pool, bronze by the maraschino, thoughtful all too. Minor Kennedy for Lismore terraced Condra with Idolores, a queen, Dolores silent. Pat served uncovered dishes. Leopold cut liver slices. As said before, he ate with relish the inner organs, nutty gizzards, fried cods, rose, while Richie Goulding, Collis Ward, ate steak and kidney, steak then kidney, bite of pie. He ate Bloom, ate they ate. Bloom with Goulding married in silence, ate. Diners fit for princes. By Bachelor's Walk, jog jaunty jingled blazes, boil and bachelor, in sun, in heat, mare's glossy rumpered trot, with flick of whip on bounding tyres, sprawled, warm-seated, boiling impatience, ardent bold. Horn, have ye the horn, have ye the horn? Over their voices, Dollard bassooned attack, booming over bombarding chords. When love absorbs my ardent soul. Roll of Bensoul Benjamin rolled to the quivery, love-shivery roof panes. War, war, cried Father Cowley. You're the warrior. So I am. Ben Warrior laughed. I was thinking of your landlord, love or money. He stopped. He wagged huge beard, huge face over his blunder, huge. Sure you'd burst the tympanum of her ear, man, Mr. Dedalus said, through smoke aroma with an organ like yours. In bearded, abundant laughter, Dollard shook upon the keyboard. He would. Not to mention another membrane, Father Cowley added. Half time, Ben. Amoroso ma non troppo. Let me there. Miss Kennedy served two gentlemen with tankards of cool stout. She passed a remark. It was indeed, first gentleman said. Beautiful weather. They drank cool stout. Did she know where the Lord Lieutenant was going? He heard steel hoofs ring, hoof ring. No, she couldn't say, but it would be in the paper. Oh, she needn't trouble, no trouble. She waved out her outspread independence, searching. The Lord Lieutenant, her pinnacles of hair slow moving. Lord Lieutenant. Too much trouble, her first gentleman said. Oh, not in the least. Way he looked, that Lord Lieutenant. Gold by bronze, her the iron steel. My heart and soul, I care not for the morrow. In liver gravy, blue mashed potatoes. Love and War someone is. Ben Dollard's famous. And night he ran round to us to borrow a dress suit for that concert. Trousers tight as a drum on him. Musical porkers. Molly did laugh when he went out. Threw herself back across the bed, screaming, kicking, with all his belongings on show. Saints above him drenched. Oh, the women in the front row, oh, I never laughed so many. Well, of course, that's what gives in the bass barrel tone. For instance, eunuchs. Wonder who's playing. Nice touch. Must be Cowley. Musical. Knows whatever note you play. Bad breath he has, poor chap. Stopped. Miss Douce engaging. Lydia Douce bowed to suave solicitor George Lidwell, gentleman, entering. Good afternoon. She gave her moist, a lady's hand to his firm clasp. Afternoon. Yes, she was back to the old ding-dong again. Your friends are inside, Mr. Lidwell. George Lidwell, suave, solicited, held a Lydia hand. Bloom ain't live, as said before. Clean here at least. That chap in the Burton, gummy with gristle. No one here, Golding and I. Clean tables, flowers, mitres of napkins. Pat to and fro, bored Pat, nothing to do. Best value in Dub. Piano again, Cowley it is. Way he sits into it like one together. Mutual understanding. Tiresome shape and scraping fiddles, eye on the bow end, sawing the cello, remind you of toothache. Her high long snore. Night we were in the box, trombone underblowing like a grampus. Between the acts, other brass chap unscrewing, emptying spittle. Conductor's legs too, bags, trousers, jiggity jiggity, do right to hide 'em. Jiggity jingle, jaunty, jaunty. Only the harp, lovely gold glowering light. Girl touched it. Pooper lovely. Grave is rather good fit for a golden ship. Erin. The harp that once or twice. Cool hands. Ben Holt, the rhododendrons. We are there. Harps. I. He. Old, young. I couldn't, man, Mr. Dedalus said, shy, listless, strongly. Go on, blast you, Ben Dollard growled. Get it out in bits. Ma parry, Simon, Father Cowley said. Downstage he strode some paces, grave, tall in affliction, his long arms outheld. Hoarsely the apple of his throat hoarsed softly. Softly he sang to a dusty seascape there, a last farewell, a headland, a ship, a sail upon the billows, farewell, a lovely girl, her veil a wave upon the headland, wind around her. Cowley sang, Ma pari tutt'amor, il mio sguardo l'incontra. She waved, unhearing, Cowley her veil to one departing. Dear one, to wind, love, speeding sail, return. Go on, Simon. Sure my dancing days are done, Ben. Well, Mr. Dedalus laid his pipe to rest beside the tuning fork and sitting touched the obedient keys. No, Simon, Father Cowley turned. Play it into the original, flat. The keys, obedient, rose higher, told, faltered, confessed, confused. Upstage strode Father Cowley. Here, Simon, I'll accompany you, he said. Get up. By Graham Lemon's Pineapple Rock, by Elvery's Elephant Jingle jogged, steak, kidney, liver, mashed at meat, fit for princes, sat princes Bloom and Goulding. Princes at meat they raised and drank, power and cider. Most beautiful tenor air ever written, Ritchie said. Sonambula. He heard Joe Mass sing that one night. That McGuckin. Yes, in his way. Choir boy style. Mass was the boy. Mass boy. A lyrical tenor, if you like. I never forget it, never. Tenderly Bloom over liverless bacon saw the Titan features strain. Bacchic he, bright eye. Next item on the programme, paying the piper. Pills, pounded, bread, worth a guinea a box. Stayed enough a while. Sings too, down among the dead men, appropriate. Kidney pie. Sweets to the, not making much hand of it. Best value in. Characteristic of him, power. Particular about his drink. Floor in the grass. Fresh, watery water. Feckin' matches from counters to save, then squander a sovereign in dribs and drabs. And when he's wanted, not a farthing. Screwed, refusing to pay his fare. Curious types. Never would Ritchie forget that night. As long as he lived, never. In the gods of the old royal with Little Peak, and when the first note speech paused on Ritchie's lips. Coming out with a whopper now. Rhapsodies about damn all. Believes his own lies, does really. Wonderful lawyer. But what a good memory. Which air is that? Asked Leopold Bloom. All is lost now. Ritchie cocked his lips about. A low incipient note, sweet banshee murmured all. A thrush, a throstle. His breath, birds sweet, good teeth he's proud of, fluted with plaintive woe. Is lost, rich sound. Two notes in one there. Blackbird I heard in the Hawthorne Valley, taking me motives, he twined and turned them. Almost too new call is lost in all echo. How sweet the answer. How's that done? All lost now. Mournful, he whistled. Full surrender. Lost. Bloom bent Leopold ear, turning a fringe of doily down under the vase. Order. Yes, I remember. Lovely air. In sleep she went to him, innocence in the moon. Still, hold her back, brave. Don't know the danger. Call name, touch water, jingle jaunty. Too late. She longed to go, that's why. Women, as easy stop the sea. Yes, all is lost. A beautiful air, said Bloom. Lost, Leopold. I know it well. Never in all his life had Ritchie Goulding. He knows it well too, or he feels. Still, harping on his daughter. Wise child that knows her father, Dedalus said. Me. Bloom askance over liverless saw. Face of the all is lost. Rollicking Ritchie once. Jokes old stale now. Wagging his ear. Napkin ring in his eye. Now, begging letters he sends his son with. Cross-eyed water. Sir, I did, sir. Wouldn't trouble, only I was expecting some money. Apologise. Piano again. Sounds better than the last time I heard. Tuned, probably. Stopped again. Dollard and Cowley still urged the lingering singer out with it. With it, Simon. It, Simon. Ladies and gentlemen, I am most deeply obliged by your kind solicitations. Eat, Simon. I have no money, but if you will lend me your attention, I shall endeavour to sing to you of A Heart Bowed Down. By the sandwich bell in screaming shadow, Lydia, her bronze and rose, a lady's grace gave and withheld, as in cool glaucous O'Donnell minor to tankards too, her pinnacles of gold. The harping chords of prelude closed, a chord long drawn, expectant drew a voice away. When first I saw that form endearing. Richie turned. Zoe Dedalus's voice, he said. Rain-tipped, cheek touched with flame, they listened, feeling that flow, endearing flow over skin, lips, human heart, soul, spine. Bloom signed to Pat. Bald Pat is a waiter hard of hearing, to set ajar the door of the bar, the door of the bar. So, that'll do. Pat waiter waited, waiting to hear, for he was hard of hear by the door. Sorrow from me seemed to depart. Through the hush of air a voice sang to them, low, not rain, not leaves in murmur, like no voice of strings of reeds, or what do you call them, dulcimers, touching their still ears with words, still hearts of their each his remembered lives. Good to hear. Sorrow from them each seemed to from both depart when first they heard, when first they saw lost Richie, Poldy, mercy of beauty, heard from a person wouldn't expect it in the least. Her first merciful, love-soft, oft-loved word. Love, that is singing, love's old sweet song. Bloom unwound slowly the elastic band of his packet. Love's old sweet sonnet, la gold. Bloom wound a skein round 4 forked fingers, stretched it, relaxed, and wound it round his treble, double, fourfold in octave, jived them fast. Full of hope and all delighted. Our tenors get women by the score, increase their flow. Throw flower at his feet, when will we meet? My headed simply jingle, all delighted. He can't sing for tall hats. Your headed simply swirls, perfumed for him. Perfumed is your wife, I want to know. Jing, stop, knock. Last look at mirror always before she answers the door. The whole there, how do you do? I do well. There, what? Or fill of cautious kissing comforts in her satchel. Yes, hands felt for the opulent. Alas. The voice rose, sighing, changed, loud, full, shining, proud. But alas, 'twas idle dreaming. Glorious tone he has still. Cork air softer, also their brogue. Silly man, could have made oceans of money. Singing wrong words, or out his wife now sings. But hard to tell, only the two themselves. If he doesn't break down, keep a trot for the avenue. His hands and feet sing too. Drink, nerves overstrung. Must be abstemious to sing. Jenny Lind, soup, stock, sage, raw eggs, half a pint of cream, for creamy, dreamy. Tenderness it welled, slow swelling, full it throbbed. That's the chat. Ha! Give, take, throb, a pulsing, proud, erect. Words, music, no, it's what's behind. Bloom looped, unlooped, noded, disnoded. Bloom, flood of warm Jim Jam, lick it up, secretless, flowed to flow in music out, in desire, dark to lip flow invading. Tipping her, tapping her, topping her, top. Pause to dilate, dilating, top. The joy, the feel, the warm top. To pour o'er sluices pouring gushes, Blood gush flow, joy gush throp now, language of love, ray of hope. Beaming Lydia for Lidwell squeaks scarcely here, so ladylike the muse unsqueaked a ray of hope. Arthur, it is coincidence, just going to write. Lionel's song, lovely name you have, can't write. Except my little Preth play on her heartstrings, purse strings too. I called you naughty boy, still the name. Arthur, how strange today. The voice of Lionel returned, weaker but unwearied. It sang again to Richie Poldy. Lydia Lidwell also sang to Pat, open mouth, ear, waiting to wait. How first he saw that form endearing, how sorrow seemed to part, how look, form, word charmed him. Gould Lidwell won Pat Bloom's heart. Wish I could see his face, though. Explain better. Why'd the barber in Drago's always look me face when I spoke his face in the glass? Still, hear it better here than in the bar, though farther. Each graceful look. First night, when first I saw her at Matt Dillon's in Terranure, black lace she wore, musical chairs, we two last. Fate, after her, fate, round and round, slow, quick round, we two. All looked, thought, down she sat, all ousted, looked, lips laughing, yellow knees. Charmed my eye, singing, waiting she sang. I turned to music, full voice of perfume. What perfume does you? Lilac trees. Bosom I saw, both full, throat warbling. First I saw, she thanked me. Why did she, me, fate, Spanishy eyes, under a pear tree alone, patio, this hour in old Madrid, one side in shadow, Dolores, she, Dolores, at me, luring, alluring. Martha, oh Martha. Quitting all languor, Lionel cried in grief, in cry of passion dominant to love to return, with deepening set with rising chords of harmony, in cry of Lionel, lioness, that she should know, must Martha feel, for only her she waited. Where? Here, there, try there, here, all try where, somewhere. Come, thou last one, come, thou dear one. Alone, one love, one hope, one comfort me, Martha. Chestnut, return. Go. It soared, a bird, it held its flight, a swift pure cry, saw silver orb, it leaped serene, speeding sustained to come. Don't spit it out too long, long breath, he breath, long life, soaring high, high, resplendent, a flame crowned, high in the effulgent symbolistic high of the ethereal bosom, high of the high, vast irradiation everywhere, all soaring, all around, about the all, the endlessness, to me. Sirepold, consumed. Come, well sung, all clapped. She ought to come to me, to him, to her, you two, me, us. Bravo! Clap, clap. Ah, good man, Simon. Clappy, clap, clap. Encore! Clap, clip, clap. Sound as a bell. Ah, bravo, Simon. Clap, clap, clap. Encore and clap, she said, cried, clapped all. Ben Dollard, Lydia Douce, George Lidwell, Pat Moyner, two gentlemen with two tankards. Cowley, first gent with tank and bronze, and Miss Douce and gold, Miss Moyner. I'm going to pause there. That's about halfway through this wonderful chapter. We've just concluded that song Mapari from the opera Martha, sung by Lionel. They're sung by Simon Douglas. There's nowhere that's an easy place to stop in this chapter, so that's where I will. I'll analyze that in the next video, and then the next reading video I'll conclude the Sirens episode. Thanks so much. Hope you're following along in your private reading with that. See you next time. Russell Raphael, North London Ulysses. Bye bye.